This year's Fiesta ST Trophy welcomes the arrival of some new sponsors, including MRF Tyres, a brand already known for its commitment to up-and-coming talent in all forms of motorsport. So the ST Trophy was an ideal link for the brand. With almost an entire shake-up of the crews this season, it would be Richard Wells leading a host of new names away this weekend. Zach Hughes trading in his Swift for a Fiesta this season. It all gets going here at the Cambrian rally. Onto the opening stages then, and indeed, that battle at the top would feature our first two crews on the road. Richard Wells and Calvin Holdsworth using their experience gained last season in the car to gain a lead after the morning stages. For Zach Hughes and Tom Wood, it would be second. The times were good, 11 seconds back from Wells at this stage to be exact, and those times would surely be getting faster as they settle into the car. For Calvin Green and Arshan Owen, it would be third. The gap to the leading pair was a little bigger, but they had their own battle to worry about and trying to keep that final step on the podium safe from the challenge behind. And challenging them to that third place were James Giddings and Sean Cunniff. They make a slower start than they would have wanted and lose the bumper in the opening stage. But despite this, they were just 4 seconds off that podium position. Sadly, so early on in the rally, we would lose a few crews. Matthew Tordoff not even passing our cameras, while Martin Laverty and Phil Kenny get themselves a little further, only to lose second gear, get a puncture, and eventually retire with power steering issues. And we'd also lose Bryn Mawr Pierce and Alan Jones. New to the championship this season, the pair would unfortunately take the wheel off the car on stage 2, having to call it a day.
Really enjoying it, yeah. It was steady running. Haven't been in the car since the track rod, so I was a bit kind of thought we'll take things steady and see how it goes. And then going into the second stage, it was just so rough and it was just corner after corner, so couldn't really, pick up any pace through there. And then going into stage 3 again, we sort of felt like we had a good run through there. So towards this afternoon.
And coming back to 2018 for the Fiestas after last year, are you hoping for a little bit of a better run this year?
Absolutely, yeah. Last year was fraught with challenges for us. I think it's fair to say we had a difficult season, so we're looking forward to hopefully having some better luck this year. And I think we've learned quite a bit from doing the championship one year as well. It was a good education. So we'll see how we get on today. It's the start of a long championship, so hopefully we can get some points in the bag and see how things pan out going forward.
How's it going this morning, Zach?
Yeah, really good. Getting used to the car this morning. It's a bit slippy out there. But yeah, as I say, new car. We've not really done anything with it in terms of experience, so we're learning it. It's a big step up from the Swift, to be honest. It's a much different driving style. You have to throw it in a lot more, I find. But no, we're getting to grips with it all right. I think me and Richard are 35th and 36th overall now in the rally. I'm 11 seconds off him now going into the afternoon, so it's really close. And to be honest, I never expected to be so close to Richard at this halfway point. So I'm not going to push too good out in the afternoon, but we'll see how we go.
How's it going this morning, Calvin?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, suspension's much better, so trying to get a feel of the car slowly, and yeah, it's feeling good. Yeah, the car.
And how were the stages so far?
Stage 2 was quite rough. With some nice fast flowing bits, quite slippery. But no, yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
So how's it going this morning?
Not too bad. Bit of a not a great start on the day as we expected, but lost the front bumper, puncture on stage 2, but we're still going.
It was a bit rough in there. I think quite a few people had punctures.
Yeah, stage 2 is stupid rough, but we did get through it. Main thing.
And happy with the car?
Yeah, car's great. Handling, everything is brilliant.
Sadly retired there, Phil. Can you tell us what's the problem?
Yeah, we've lost the power steering. Also the gearbox has gone a bit noisy and lost second gear as well. So only 2 weeks now with Malcolm Wilson. It's better to save the car and try and get it fixed for that.
Yeah.
So the leaderboard at the end of the morning stages would see a slightly depleted field, but there were those 2 battles going on within the results to watch for in the afternoon stages. On to the afternoon stages then here at the Cambrian, the first round of the season, and the retirements wouldn't be over just yet. We lose Richard Wells and Calvin Holdsworth, hitting a bad bump in one of the stages, breaking a drive shaft and forced to pull over a little later in the stage to call it a day from the lead. Not the way they would have wanted it to end after a good, promising run here at the opening round.
Fuck. What happened? Hit a bump. Hit a bump.
So that does change a few things, but not for Calvin Green and Ocean Owen. Despite the changes in the results, they still remain in third. Still a good opening round of the season for the pair.
That's the one. 160 into flat 2 right mid. Mid into 150, flat 2 right again, 170. Flat 2 right again, 170, and it goes 8 left tight. 1 2 right, goes to 8 left tight at the top. 8 left, mate, 8 left. 60, good lad. 6 to 8 left. 60, 4 left, 40, carry, 4 left, carry, 40, into 2 right half long, 150, 2 right half long, 150.
James Giddings and Sean Cunniff, meanwhile, pick up the pace into the afternoon, settling in better to put in some good times, meaning they move up to second place overall at the finish. But that does mean it's round 1 victory for Zach Hughes and Tom Wood. It wasn't without its drama though, breaking a shaft themselves only a few miles from the finish and having to limp the car through to take that victory back in Llandudno.
This morning was a bit obviously slow this morning, learning the car. We had a good push on the middle stages, then backed off on the rough stuff this afternoon basically. We were about to start having a battle with Richard Wells. He pulled the gap on us early in the morning. We gained a bit of time back early this afternoon, but unfortunately he's retired. Not sure why. But no. And then on the last stage we broke a shaft. Luckily it was just 2 miles from the end, so we limped it in one-wheel drive to management, changed the shaft, and we're here now, and we're all okay. So yeah, really good, really good.
Very surprised with the result. Not expecting second, but especially after the puncture and losing the bumper, we didn't think that we might smash a rad or something. But I'm chuffed.
You look tired?
Yeah, been a long couple of weeks to get everything ready, but we got here and we finished. It's the main thing. So.
Third in class, third in the championship.
Great start. Yeah, we just wanted to finish this event, try and get some more content in the car, and learn the way of the car, new tyres as well. So we aim for 5th and above. So yeah, third is great. Yeah.
So confirmation then of the results here at a pretty attrition-filled opening round. Not the start to the season that some would have wanted, but for others, it will be the perfect way to start their campaign. Next up, the crews head north to the Malcolm Wilson Rally. We'll be there to bring you all of the action. Thank you for watching Special Stage.